The past has a peculiar way of echoing into the present. It's as if the moments we thought were long gone have a way of resurfacing, bringing with them a wave of emotions we thought we had buried. These echoes are not just mere memories. They are fragments of our lives that continue to shape our present and future. It whispers through the cracks of our memories, often returning with a familiar sting, the sting of a forgotten promise, the ache of a lost love, or the regret of words left unsaid. These whispers are relentless, reminding us of the paths we took and the ones we didn't. For some, these echoes carry the weight of betrayal, the sharp edges of family secrets, and the lingering pain of unfulfilled dreams. They are the silent witnesses to our most vulnerable moments, the shadows that follow us even in the brightest of days. These are the stories we bury deep within, the ones that shape us in ways we don't always understand. They are the hidden chapters of our lives, written in the ink of our tears and the silence of our fears. We lock them away, hoping they will never see the light of day, yet they remain, waiting for the right moment to resurface. This is a story about those echoes, about the moments that refuse to be forgotten, the memories that cling to us like shadows. It's a tale of how the past continues to influence our present, shaping our actions and decisions in ways we might not even realize. About the weight of family secrets and the enduring power of the human spirit. It's about the strength it takes to confront these secrets, to face the truths we've been running from. It's about the resilience of the human heart and its capacity to heal and forgive. It's a journey through betrayal and resilience, through the pain of unfulfilled dreams and the quiet triumph of finding one's own voice. It's about the courage to stand up and say, "This is my story, and I will not let it define me." It's about reclaiming our narrative and finding strength in our vulnerabilities. It's a story many will recognize, a melody played out in different keys, yet resonating with a familiar ache. It's the universal experience of love and loss, of hope and despair. It's the song of our lives, with each note carrying the weight of our experiences. Because within the tapestry of every family, secrets hide in the seams. They are the threads that hold us together and the ones that threaten to unravel us. These secrets are woven into the fabric of our lives, influencing our relationships and shaping our identities. They lie dormant, waiting for the precise moment to unravel, leaving behind a trail of hurt and confusion. When they do, they can tear families apart, leaving scars that may never fully heal. But they can also bring about a sense of liberation, a chance to rebuild and start anew. This is the story of one such secret, a whispered betrayal that echoed through the years, coloring every interaction with shades of pain and resentment. It's a story of how one moment, one decision can ripple through time, affecting generations. This is a story about finding strength in unexpected places, about the power of music to heal even the deepest wounds, and the courage it takes to finally silence the echoes of the past. It's about the journey to forgiveness, the path to healing, and the realization that we have the power to write our own endings. It began, as most family dramas do, with a whisper. A seemingly harmless piece of information shared with the worst of intentions. My mother, never one to shy away from gossip, revealed a closely guarded secret, my sister's pregnancy. The air thickened with unspoken tension, the weight of the revelation pressing down on us. What should have been a moment of joyous anticipation was instead cloaked in a shroud of secrecy and shame. My sister, unmarried and vulnerable, was devastated by the betrayal. The news, shared without her consent, felt like a violation, a breach of trust that cut deep. The pain of that moment was compounded by my sister's subsequent miscarriages. Each loss, a heavy blow, amplified the initial betrayal. The joy that could have been, the life that was so briefly imagined, became a haunting reminder of what was lost. My mother, however, remained oblivious to the depth of her actions. Or perhaps she chose to be. Her concern, it seemed, lay more with appearances, with maintaining a facade of normalcy, than with the emotional well-being of her daughters. Confronting my mother about the hurt she caused was like navigating a minefield of guilt and manipulation. Her initial denial quickly morphed into justifications, her words carefully chosen to deflect blame and minimize the pain she had inflicted. It was just a slip of the tongue, she would say, her voice laced with faux remorse. I never meant for it to cause so much trouble. But her words rang hollow, failing to penetrate the wall of hurt that had been erected. Every attempt at open communication was met with a similar wall of defensiveness. She would twist our words, play the victim, and employ guilt as a weapon, effectively shutting down any possibility of meaningful dialogue. The cycle of hurt and manipulation continued, each repetition further eroding the already fragile foundation of our relationship. Years passed, but the echoes of that betrayal lingered. They colored our interactions, casting a long shadow over family gatherings and holidays. The pain never truly went away, but we learned to live with it, to carry it with us like a hidden scar. Music, for as long as I can remember, has been my sanctuary. It was the one place where I could lose myself, where the troubles of the world seemed to melt away, leaving only the pure, unadulterated joy of creation. From the moment my tiny fingers first touched the keys of the old, out-of-tune piano in our living room, I felt a connection, a sense of belonging I hadn't found anywhere else. The piano, with its worn keys and slightly off-tune notes, became my closest confidant, a silent witness to my dreams and aspirations. The world outside, with its complexities and betrayals, faded away, replaced by a world of pure emotion, expressed through melody and rhythm. Each note I played was a step into a realm where I could be myself, free from judgment and expectations. My mother, however, viewed my musical aspirations through a different lens. To her, my talent was a reflection of her own success, a testament to her parenting. She saw potential, but also a means to fulfill her own unachieved dreams. What began as a source of pride, a testament to her daughter's talent, soon morphed into something else entirely. The applause from guests, the compliments from friends all fed into a growing pressure to excel, to be perfect. Perhaps it was the pressure of living vicariously through my achievements, or maybe it was something else altogether, but my joy became her burden. The piano, once a source of joy, became a symbol of her unfulfilled desires and relentless expectations. Practice sessions, once filled with the unadulterated joy of discovery, transformed into tense standoffs. The piano bench, once a throne of creativity, became a battleground where my mother's ambitions clashed with my yearning for freedom. Each missed note, each fumble, was met with a barrage of criticism, a constant reminder that I was not good enough. The joy of playing was overshadowed by the fear of making mistakes, of not living up to her expectations. The music, once a source of solace, became tainted with the bitter aftertaste of her disapproval. The melodies that once flowed effortlessly now felt heavy, burdened by the weight of her judgment. The weight of her expectations pressed down on me, suffocating the joy I once found in playing. The piano keys, once a gateway to another world, now felt like shackles, binding me to a path I no longer wished to follow. The music, once a safe haven, became another battleground in our already fraught relationship. Each practice session was a reminder of the growing chasm between us, a rift that seemed impossible to bridge. The carefree melodies of childhood were replaced by a symphony of unspoken resentment and unfulfilled expectations. The piano, once a symbol of my dreams, now stood as a monument to the lost innocence and the heavy burden of unmet aspirations. The pressure cooker environment at home spilled over into my school life. The constant tension, the unspoken expectations, and the relentless pursuit of perfection created an atmosphere that was suffocating. It was as if I was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders, and there was no escape. Already struggling under the weight of my mother's expectations, I became an easy target for bullies. They sensed my vulnerability, my inability to stand up for myself, and they pounced. The hallways, once a place of learning and growth, became a battleground where I was constantly on the defensive. My love for music, once a source of pride, was now a mark of difference, a reason for ridicule. The very thing that set me apart, that made me unique, was now the cause of my isolation. The notes that once brought me joy now felt like chains, binding me to a reality I couldn't escape. The school hallway became my personal concert hall, each taunt and jeer a discordant note in the symphony of my adolescence. Every step I took was accompanied by a chorus of mockery, a relentless reminder of my perceived inadequacies. It was a symphony of pain, each note a dagger to my heart. The laughter, the whispers, the pointed fingers all served as a constant reminder that I didn't belong. I was an outsider, a misfit in a world that valued conformity over individuality. The more I tried to fit in, the more I felt like I was losing myself. Music, once my refuge, became entangled with the pain of those years. The melodies that once flowed effortlessly now felt forced, strained, as if the joy had been sucked out of them. The instrument that once felt like an extension of myself now felt like a foreign object, a reminder of my failures. The joy of creation, the thrill of performance, all but extinguished under the weight of my mother's disapproval and the relentless cruelty of my peers. Each performance, once a moment of triumph, now felt like a trial, a test I was doomed to fail. The applause that once filled me with pride now felt hollow, empty. It felt as if the very thing I loved most had been weaponized against me, turned into a source of shame and isolation. The instrument that once brought me solace now felt like a burden, a constant reminder of the gap between who I was and who I was expected to be. The piano, once my sanctuary, sat silent, its keys gathering dust, a testament to my broken spirit. The room that once echoed with music now felt like a tomb, a place where dreams went to die. The silence was deafening, a constant reminder of what I had lost. The music that once flowed effortlessly from my fingertips now seemed lost, trapped somewhere deep inside, buried under layers of hurt and resentment. Each note, each melody, felt like a distant memory, a ghost of a past life. The passion that once burned so brightly now felt like a flickering flame, struggling to stay alive in the face of overwhelming darkness.